6:36. We check back in now with Mike Eppel over at 680 News with the latest on the real estate market this morning. And it looks like we're having the slowest spring that we've seen in about 5 years.
Yeah, Tammy, it's interesting. Good morning. The real estate market has been in a springtime slowdown. The Canadian Real Estate Association saying that across Canada, sales are at the lowest level in about 5 years. But then you come back to the specific local markets, Toronto and Vancouver, seeing some pretty big declines on a year-over-year comparison for sales activity. Prices have remained relatively steady. What are the big banks doing to spur on some selling or buying? Well, the TD and the BMO now offering some deep discounts on their 5-year variable rate mortgages, down to 2.45%. Now, it's interesting, the TD, for example, was one of the first to raise the posted 5-year closed mortgage rate to well over 5%, but these discount rates now posted quite attractive, and maybe that's a signal that the banks are looking to try to get a little bit of business activity here in the slow springtime real estate market. We're looking at the Trans Mountain Pipeline issue front and center later today, with Finance Minister Bill Morneau set to give an update on where the negotiations for that Western Canadian pipeline project currently stand. The talk about the pushback from BC on the Trans Mountain Pipeline. The federal government is on record saying that pipeline is going to be built, and there's been some talk about maybe some government investment into the Kinder Morgan project. So is that why the Finance Minister is going to be holding a news conference later today? We'll hear more about that from Bill Morneau. 8 days and counting, the TSX on a roll here as the Bay Street market has been seeing a springtime surge, as the TSX yesterday rose again for an 8th day, one of the longest winning streaks we've seen on Bay Street in several years now, and the market less than 300 points or less than 400 points away from its record high, which was set earlier this year. Energy stocks have been moving to the upside. We also saw yesterday shares of Hydro One bounce off a record low as the utility company reported better earnings. The board of directors in the political spectrum, this has been a hot button issue on the politics Ontario campaign, certainly with the board of directors at Hydro One voting in favor and getting shareholder approval to raise their pay package for the year. And coming back to the price for oil a little bit, the price for crude above $71 per barrel this morning. And the early forecast for Thursday at the pumps here in the GTA, according to Enpro, going up by another penny to $1.39.9 per liter. That's it from here. We'll send it back to the studio.